United States of America.
It's an athletic show of force whenever the U.S. team enters the Olympic Games. Now, a diplomatic show of force, as U.S. officials say they will boycott the next ones.
We will not be contributing to the fanfare of the Games. U.S. diplomatic or official representation would treat these Games as business as usual.
The athletes will still go, the politicians and diplomats will not, provoking a strong reaction from Beijing. The Chinese Foreign Ministry called the boycott grandstanding and a defilement of the Olympic spirit before vowing countermeasures.
We have been having conversations with partners and allies around the world about the Beijing Olympics.
The Prime Minister confirmed last month Canada was considering a diplomatic boycott, a move the opposition parties support.
I think that's the best thing we can do alongside our allies to show pressure.
This is a strong gesture that should be taken by the Liberal government. I hope Mr. Trudeau will follow Mr. Biden.
There's no serious thought of pulling Canadian athletes from these games. Canada last did that in 1980 when Western nations boycotted the Moscow Olympics to protest the Soviet Union's invasion of Afghanistan. But a diplomatic and political boycott is still an option to protest China's treatment of the Uyghur Muslim minority and the arbitrary detention of Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor.
So far, a decision hasn't been made. We are, of course, very preoccupied with the violations of human rights in China. It's not a decision that we're going to take lightly.
So, David, when do we know what Canada is going to do?
Well, you know, this move by the U.S. is going to give this some urgency and momentum, but even so, Canadian officials say they don't want to act too quickly and they don't want to act alone. And if you look at the Spavor and Kovrig situation, Canada focused on building a coalition of like-minded countries to increase the pressure on China. And sources tell me that's the approach here. Work with your allies so that if you do take this step, it's done in significant numbers. And on that point, watch two events this week for signs of what may happen. The Summit for Democracy that President Biden is hosting and a meeting of G7 foreign ministers. We might see something out of those.
Okay, strength in numbers, it seems. We'll be watching. Thank you, David. David Cochrane in Ottawa.
You're welcome. Thanks.